Aloha. So this is me and my papaya seed salad dressing. So we had a papaya for breakfast this morning, and now I'm gonna take the seeds and make the dressing. And just a word, you can add maybe a half a teaspoon of salt to this or more. We just don't, because we cut out salt, we don't put any, and it's worked. We don't mind. The flavor is really good, and that's the main thing. And that's kind of true for all the salad. All of our salad dressings, we cut out the salt, and with the right vinegar and additives, you're good. Anyway, also I'm making this in a small batch. So instead of using a full-on blender or a processor, I'm just going to use my bullet. And so the first part is to start with the vinegar, mustard, sugar, and onion. That's the base. So I just have a 1/3 cup. Now, the first time I made this like with a full cup of everything, that kind of, and it was so much, we were like overwhelmed with it. So now I know, make it in smaller batches, and we got enough papayas that it'll last. So this is white wine vinegar, except I ran out at the very end, and so I added a splash of red wine vinegar in order to get a 1/3 cup. So that's that. I'm gonna move that on the side, and a 1/4 cup of sugar. And this is, just regular sugar. Put that in there. I know it seems like a lot, doesn't it? And then the onion, which, you just chop it up to taste. And so I pre-cut that. And of course, very elegantly grabbed it with my hand because I already washed the knife and didn't want to dirty it again. So let's see if I can get the rest of these in there. And I'm pretty sure you could use this recipe, this base, for any kind of fruit dressing, not just papaya seed dressing, because, it makes sense, right? Vinegar, sugar, and this onion, and then this next ingredient, which is Dijon or brown mustard. And actually, let me just shake it up and dip it in there. We like the bite of the brown mustard instead of the Dijon, so I'm not going to, no product advancement, or I was not paid to use any, but this is the Golden's, by the way, in case you needed to know. Spicy brown mustard, 1 teaspoon of that in there. Yes, I washed my hands. And then your papaya seeds. So I like to actually overdo it, but before, and in terms of ingredients, sorry, you don't blend that in yet, and your olive oil. So that'll come next. I'm getting ahead of the game. Hold on 1 second. I think I forgot my blender top. Sure enough, I did. Okay, so come with me while we go get the blender top. I don't have everything in the same place, so there we go. Sorry for the video craziness. Obviously, I'm not a professional, and I don't have my recording staff like Pioneer Woman. So all I have in here is the vinegar, the sugar, the minced onion or chopped onion to your preference, and the Dijon mustard. So it was a 1/3 cup of white wine vinegar with a splash of red because I didn't have quite a full 1/3 cup, a 1/4 cup of white sugar, a teaspoon of Dijon mustard, and about a 1/3 cup of onion. I try to keep the onion equal to whatever my onion and whatever my vinegar and oil is. So I'm gonna take that, blend it in my bullet till it's kind of minced up and emulsified. Then in that same cup, ideally, if you had a blender, this is when you'd have the blender running and you'd add your oil slowly so that it gets truly emulsified. But because I'm using a smaller portion, I'm just gonna go ahead and measure my oil. So it's a 1/3. Pretty much your oil, vinegar, and onion is equal. And I'm just gonna add that in here, blend it up again so that it's truly emulsified. And yeah, I know I still have not put the papaya seeds in, so that'll come next. But first you wanna get all this oil suspended. So you can shake it up for a little bit and then blitz it. And you can see the color turns kind of creamy, buttery instead of that kind of tangy mustardy yellow. Then is add papaya seeds to your preference. And a lot of recipes say to clean it first, but I'm like, it's papaya. I'm going to eat it. So I don't fully clean it. So any of the meat that's still on there, I put in there. And I put in probably about maybe a tablespoon. Whoa. That was 2 teaspoons, so 1 more teaspoon. And just a little more for good luck, because this is actually my favorite flavor about the whole thing. Close it back up. Blitz it again. Now, what I'm looking for when I blitz it is that instead of these whole black seeds like that, right, that I'm getting little fragments. So as I'm blending, I don't know if I'm doing it for 10 seconds or pulsing for 7, whatever. I'm just looking to see that these bigger bits, oops, lost him. There he is. That this size seed is now broken down into little fragments and suspended in the emulsion. And it looks like there's a little more, so I'm gonna do some more. There you go. So it looks like you got pepper grains in there. All the seeds all broken up. Then, open it up. Taste it. Add more sugar if you need more sugar. Add your salt if you want salt. Update your flavor. Grab your favorite vegetable. I happen to have a pile of tomatoes up here. I'm just gonna dunk it. Yup, winner. That's it. Papaya seed salad dressing. So in this, I had a 1/3 cup of white wine vinegar. Ideally, it was all white wine vinegar, but I had a splash of red. I had 1/4 cup of sugar, about a 1/3 cup of minced onion, and a teaspoon of Dijon. Actually, this was spicy ground Dijon. It can add more sugar, less sugar, more brown mustard or Dijon mustard, depending on the flavors you like. Blitz that up. And if you want, you can add sugar, salt. Then, if you've got it in a blender, while it's running, add your oil, which was another 1/3 cup. So the oil and vinegar are equal. Oil, vinegar, and sugar are equal. No, sugar was a 1/4 cup. Oil, vinegar, and onion are equal. That's right. Okay. Blend it so that your dressing is fully emulsified and you can see it's all suspended and the color is more buttery yellow. Then add in about a tablespoon of your papaya seeds. I just went over a little bit, and a lot of people like to clean the seeds so it's just seed, but I keep all the threads of meat in there also just because it's flavor. It's papaya. So I did 4 teaspoons instead of 1 tablespoon. Then final blitzed it until you got like peppery bits instead of peppery specks instead of whole seeds. That's it. There's your papaya seed salad dressing. Thank you. Love you guys. Bye.